I never believed in haunted dolls. That kind of stuff belonged in horror movies and creepy internet stories. But what happened to me, what happened to my sister Lily, changed everything. And now, if you're listening to this, take my advice. If you ever hear a doll whisper your name, run. Because I didn't. It all started on a rainy afternoon in late October. My mom had just come back from a neighborhood yard sale. She was soaked, holding a paper bag with something peeking out of it. "Look what I found for Lily," she said, smiling, shaking off the raindrops. Lily ran over, her eyes lighting up with excitement. My sister was 8, innocent, sweet, and obsessed with dolls. Mom pulled it out of the bag, and I swear, even in that moment, something about it made my stomach twist. It was a porcelain doll, the old-fashioned kind. Its dress was tattered and yellowed with age, its porcelain face cracked in tiny lines like spider webs. But the worst part were the eyes, glassy, pale blue and almost wet-looking, like real eyes frozen behind glass, and its smile, a tiny, smug little grin that seemed too human. Lily squealed with joy, hugging it tight. "I love her! What's her name?" Mom shrugged. "She doesn't have one. You can name her." Lily thought for a second, then said softly, "Honora." The name sent a chill through me, though I didn't know why. That first night, I walked past Lily's room to say goodnight, and the doll was sitting on the rocking chair by her bed. Its head was tilted slightly, watching. I didn't like the way its eyes seemed to follow me, so I shut the door quickly. Over the next few days, small things started happening. The kind of things you can brush off, if you want to. I'd find the doll in different spots than where Lily left it. On the floor, instead of the chair. By the window, staring out at the backyard. Once, it was sitting on Lily's desk, with a crayon in its tiny porcelain hand. I laughed it off at first. Kids play, right? But then, I started noticing Lily talking to it. Not pretend play, the way kids usually do, but whispering, long, hushed conversations. One evening, I overheard her say, "I promise I won't tell him." I walked in and asked who she was talking to. She giggled and said, "Honora." I laughed nervously. "You know she can't really talk, right?" Lily just stared at me for a long moment, and then smiled. I tried to tell Mom, but she brushed it off as kids and their imagination. I even tried moving the doll out of Lily's room one night, hiding it in the closet. The next morning, it was back on the chair by her bed. That's when I started doing research. I found an old article online. The doll was handmade in the 1970s and belonged to a little girl named Margaret White. Margaret died mysteriously in 1978. Her last words, according to the article, were, "She lives in the doll now." After that, everything spiraled out of control. Lily started getting scratches on her arms, thin, deep lines that looked like fingernail marks. When I asked her, she said, "Honora was mad because I told you too much." I started setting up my phone to record at night. The first night, nothing happened. The second night, the doll blinked. I watched it on the screen the next morning, my hands shaking. It blinked. Then came the night I'll never forget. It was storming outside, thunder shaking the walls, rain hammering the roof. The power went out around midnight. The house went pitch black, except for the occasional flash of lightning through the windows. I went to check on Lily, and she wasn't in her bed. The blankets were thrown off, the pillow on the floor, and the doll was gone too. I heard giggling then, soft, high-pitched, coming from the hallway. I grabbed my flashlight and followed the sound, calling Lily's name. The giggles turned into whispers. I couldn't make out the words, but it sounded like two voices now. One of them Lily's, the other one deeper, older. I turned the corner and froze. Lily was standing at the end of the hallway, in her nightgown, her back to me. In her hands, she held Honora, and when she turned around, my blood ran cold. Her eyes were rolled back white, and she was whispering in a language I didn't understand. The doll's head turned too, slowly, unnaturally, toward me, and it smiled. Its porcelain teeth were gone. In their place were sharp, needle-like points. What happened next was chaos. Lily dropped the doll, and it crawled toward me on all fours like a spider, its porcelain fingers scraping against the floor, clicking with every move. I ran. I don't even remember how I got to the basement, but I slammed the door behind me and locked it. From the other side, I heard pounding, soft at first, then harder, and then a voice, faint but clear. "Let me in, Ethan." I don't know how long I stayed down there, shaking, until the sounds stopped. When I came out in the morning, the house was quiet. Too quiet. I searched everywhere. Lily was gone. Mom was gone. On the kitchen table was a note in Lily's handwriting. It said, "We're happy now. Honora says you can join us soon." The basement door was open, wide open, and then I heard it. A soft whisper right behind me. "Ethan," followed by a giggle. And that was the last thing I remember before everything went black.